Hello, my friends. Just wanted to make a comment on the Jose Aldo and Conor McGregor fight. You know, I personally think what happened to this guy was that it was the classic psychological warfare. He got under his skin. And Conor McGregor did a great job of getting under Jose Aldo's skin. But if you look at when Jose Aldo's is coming into the octagon, his demeanor, he was emotionally compromised. Now people say, "Oh, that's an excuse." And no, listen, fighting is very. It starts with your head. If your head is compromised, you're easy target. The first thing you try not to do is to get pissed off or emotionally compromised, because you can make mistakes. And big mistake. He launched in on a counterpuncher when he's still fresh. Now I know what Jose Aldo was trying to do, is trying to knock him out, but you have to understand. That's not how you go about in a fight. You can't make that type of mistake. Now you have to give props to Jose Aldo. This guy was unbeatable nobody's unbeatable, but he was at the top of that division for a long time. I mean, it was just ridiculous how long and how dominant he was in that division. And a lot of people are talking about all this the Ronda Rousey dominance and all this stuff, and I always say that Ronda Rousey is not dominant. It's by far not a dominant athlete if you put her against elite level people. And people she was fighting, most of them were tomato cans. But the true most dominant athlete, one of the most dominant athletes in combat sports, was Jose Aldo, because of his absolute dismantling of opponents, brutal efficiency, and every time when he went in there, you saw him. He was methodical and he's super fast and strong, super talented and very well trained and experienced. So when he took Uriah Faber apart, I mean, it was a demonstration of total dominance of one of the most elite athletes in combat sports, Uriah Faber. But he looked completely off his game. I mean, he was in there before the fight started. He wasn't himself, and that's a mistake. You can't go in there like that. You can't get, you got to brush off all this stuff. So maybe his biggest training tool should be the next time is to go some psychotherapy or a psychologist or something to help him deal with emotional psychological pressure, which is what McGregor did. He got under his skin. Granted, now don't get me wrong, Conor McGregor is a super athlete, just like Jose Aldo, and he's a very well-rounded athlete and a combat athlete, and the way he caught him is, if you see what Aldo did, he moved in for a kill too soon, number one, and when he went in with a right and then went in with a left hook, which actually he caught McGregor. But what happened is, when McGregor goes in, now mind you, in the video you're seeing, this is my real right hand, okay, in my body right now. This is my right hand, but the video shows it as my left. Okay, so I would have to show it the other way. Okay, Hey, see, this is my left hand in real life. In the video, this is my right hand. Okay, so I'm gonna try to think backwards. So when Jose Aldo goes in with that right to try to bait McGregor, and he actually did catch him when he threw the left hook, that overreaching left hook. But the problem is he didn't bring the hand back tight, which is what you're supposed to do. It's basic striking 101, boxing. You don't throw and then throw the other one and leave your hand up or to the side like that, because here's your face. So you can't do that. So that's what he did. And it was a basic mistake. It was there were three mistakes. Number one, the most important, emotionally compromised when he got in the ring. You could tell from a mile away, Jose Aldo. Number two, launching in with full force. If you see his body, he doesn't have any balance. He went all in, and his body was like this. Okay? And his feet were back there, where he, instead of having one foot to bounce back off, or so you can have some balance, he launched himself, threw himself. Okay, so if you're going to do that, if you're going to throw yourself, you already threw the right hand, the lead, as a bait. Sometimes we call it a throwaway punch in boxing. You have to bring it right back. Because guess what happened? When he went in with the left and he did catch McGregor, McGregor did the right thing, because McGregor also punched with him. Punched with him. So McGregor put his right hand up here, and he kept it there. Okay, so that he couldn't get his jaw. Okay, so when Aldo hit him here, hit McGregor here, and he did hit him. It wasn't full force, and it wasn't on the jaw. It was on the right on the eye, not on the temple, because he was protecting. McGregor had full power on his left counter, and with Aldo's full body, coming in like that, McGregor, all he had to do was cross him, and when he got him, full pop, on the jaw. If you see the video, he caught up the whole thing on the jaw, because Aldo did not protect himself when he threw that throwaway right. Okay, so that's what happened. It was basic boxing, bad balance, and emotional compromising. He can't do that. And at the end of the video, McGregor said it, and it's very true. He said, accuracy defeats power, and timing defeats speed. Okay, so he knew this guy's strong. He kicks like a mule and punches really hard. So he was really accurate, and he timed them. Okay, but Jose Aldo helped him a lot with the moves he made. Okay, so even though it was a short fight, there was a lot of things that you could, if you know about boxing, which is basically what they did. Yeah, they threw a couple of kicks or whatever, but what killed them was what made Jose Aldo lose was horrible defensive defensive technique when he went in to try to knock this guy out. Okay, so here you go again. People forget that boxing is just as deadly as any other sport, and there is a proof. We've had a bunch of knockouts. So hey, congratulations to Conor McGregor, and I think Jose Aldo will be back, and he'll be more careful, and it'll be a hell of a fight. And he might even surprise people and put this guy to sleep, because Jose Aldo, he's a monster. But congratulations to McGregor. He's a hell of a fighter and a strategic thinker. And I expect the second fight, and it's gonna be fireworks.